I'm standing on the Muir Snowfield, one of the highest points you can get to on Mount Rainier without needing a climbing permit. And the reason that I came all the way up here is to see this.
These are some of Mount Rainier's 28 iconic glaciers, and this ice field contains more glacial ice than all of the other Cascade peaks combined. But if you want to see these white giants for yourself, you're going to need to act fast. Since the 1890s, Mount Rainier and the North Cascades have lost over 40% of their glacial ice volume. And here's the kicker: over a third of that melt has happened just since the 1970s. On the day I visited in August, temperatures soared to 80 degrees at the trailhead and 60 degrees at Camp Muir, nearly 20 degrees Fahrenheit higher than the average for this time of year. Temperatures were actually so hot this day that a friend who was attempting to summit the peak was turned around just 1,500 feet below the summit when melting snow and ice conditions made the climbing route too unstable to safely continue. These glaciers feed the streams that fragile alpine wildflowers depend on and form the rivers that wildlife and entire ecosystems need in order to survive. But when glaciers melt this quickly, it's not just the loss of ice. All that meltwater carries massive amounts of rock and sediment downhill and into streams and rivers, causing destructive flooding, washed out roads, and costly repairs. If these trends continue, many of these iconic glaciers could disappear in our lifetimes. Losing them means losing clean water, critical wildlife habitat, and access to the places that we love most. Groups like NPCA are fighting to make our parks more resilient to climate change, but they can't do it alone. Get more info below to learn how you can help protect Mount Rainier, the North Cascades, and the future of our national parks.